For those of you guys who are just tuning into the Hyperdrive, welcome to the Hyperdrive Show. We're all done with collectibles, and we're going to be talking about Andor right now. This is season 2, episodes 4, 5, and 6. So if you have not watched the latest episodes, please note that we are going to be showing scenes from the show. We're going to be talking spoilers, and I don't want to ruin it for you because I actually really did like the last 3 episodes. I don't know if I liked them more than the first 3. I think I liked it for different reasons.
I liked it for different, yeah.
But I still think it's definitely worth watching. This season is kicking ass.
Yeah.
So
that final episode, final scene, I was like, oh yeah.
So
spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning. If you have not seen Andor, please, I don't want to ruin it for you. If you don't mind being spoiled, then hang out. Yeah. And again, if you're just tuning in, welcome to the show. We're going to talk some Andor right now. All right. That was your warning. Let's get to it. What'd you guys think about the last 3 episodes?
It was slower. I mean, it was a totally different pace than the first 3 episodes, but I did enjoy it. It was very much a spy thriller, to me. And I love how it's a mirror of Luthen and the old man from the ISB. Mm-hmm. They're mirrors of each other. They're trying to do the same thing, just on the opposite side of that mirror. And it's like, holy cow. And people are crossing, and they don't even know they're crossing. And you're like, oh, you're in my town, and I'm in your town now. And it's like, it's getting hot. Someone's going to bump into each other, like, just like that. So it's going to get hot. I love the show.
Yeah.
By the way, I do think, like I told you guys, and that is a lie in the show. There's no way that woman would be wearing pants sleeping in that bed. It looked hot. It looked hot in that damn house. It's hot.
Flex, what do you think, man?
Everyone's been saying how much slower it was, but I think the buildup was good. And then the third one, the intensity at the end, we were all like at the end of our seats, man. While she's trying to take that the mic listening device thing from the table. You got Krennic across from her. So that was intense, man. And the transition from that scene to the heist, with the people, robbing the
carrier,
and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, it was phenomenal.
It was a parallel scenario, dude, and you could see she was bleeding, taking off that mic. I'm like, yo, this is getting intense, and I don't think she's gonna make it.
Yeah, because you don't even think about it, but the last episode, I want to say more than 50% of the last episode was intense, like you said.
Yeah.
It was action in a different kind of way. It did take time to build up to that.
Krennic's acting, in that scene, bro. He was a diva. I mean, he was.
Yes.
The way him and Mothma were going back and forth.
Yes.
Oh man,
they were sassing at each other.
Yeah.
And like Mando Marine says, that dress uniform that he had was a sash. I'm like, yo, that's a Hot Toys coming out next week, bro.
Oh, that sure is. That's sure. Didn't they already make a Krennic? They've made a Krennic before, right?
They made a Krennic, for Rogue One.
That's gonna be an easy one. That's gonna be an easy one for them.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
But that looked really cool. And let's not forget Saul Guerrero. Madness,
bro.
And homeboy, the poor Puerto Rican kid trying to get the thing, and he's like, breathe it in. I'm like, bro. I'm like, oh,
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I think he's Puerto Rican in space.
You think everybody's Puerto Rican?
Listen, they took out my boy Jimmy Smits, bro. I'm kind of pissed about that, but they took out my boy Jimmy Smits.
That was a little disappointment. Yeah,
But I heard that he's going to have more of a role in the next episodes.
I heard that too. That they needed him for one of the roles, or for the progression of the story. I hope that's the case. It better not be like why did they do this if it did nothing for the story? Because that's the way I felt. That they just threw him in there, and this is not progressing the story. But hopefully that is the case, that they actually progress the story. But from what I understood, Jimmy was busy. He could not.
Right.
Yeah, the scheduling conflict, he said.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, OVP's over here saying that they announced, Black Series announced him in a dress uniform already as a Target exclusive. Actually, that's right. I forgot to put that in the collectible part of this. Yep. And Fred, no, not animatronic.
No.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
you got a Vatos Locals in space now, bro. Because he was in Vatos Locals. He was looking forever. Yeah, blood in, blood out.
Blood in, blood out. That's right.
Yeah,
it's true. Loose memories. George, do you think Jyn Erso could make a cameo in Andor? She could. I thought that she was in this one. I was really looking for her.
Yeah. When Saul was there, I was like, okay, we could get her.
But I was talking to my brother about it because we were going back and forth with Rogue One, and I think she mentions when she sees Saw again that he dropped her off somewhere when she was much younger.
Yeah,
So I think she's not going to be part of his crew at the moment.
Yeah, but the two tube twins, those guys need a hot toys. They definitely need a hot toys. Those would sell. Those would definitely sell.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I love how they speak. I love how he's just cradling his rifle. He's like he's waiting for action. I want to see those boys gun it out.
True.
But homeboy Saw, man, this guy, the actor himself, man, he's
Forrest Whitaker. Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah,
he's great.
He's absolutely.
That guy's out of his rockers, man.
Bro. He even called the gas his sister, which we know his sister passed away. In Clone Wars. My sister.
So I have my thoughts about why he says that, but anyway, I love how the show starts off. The next 3 episodes, they always start off with this 1 year later. They let you know exactly where we're at. BBY3, digging that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, 1 year later.
Yeah. So I think that's cool. And then, Bix is still dealing with the PTSD,
her nightmares,
and all that, and she sees this guy. This guy's creepy, bro.
Yeah.
So one thing that I thought that was kind of cool here was that we know that Andor killed the guy, right? He says in his lines here that everybody has their own rebellion that they're fighting, which is what Andor said in season 1. So I thought that was kind of cool. So it makes it seem like she's seeing or Andor, become this guy or become
she doesn't want to be a monster like he is a monster.
Yeah, that dude's face, bro.
Yeah, he's creepy. But this is a straight reflection of early, World War II Germany.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was happening? It's like unbelievable. And they put what I thought was really cool is that they put a face to the soldier because he's an Imperial and you see the helmet. You usually don't see that.
He's like a mud trooper.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, the mud trooper.
Yeah.
So then Andor and her have the conversation. She's worried about, that he's becoming too harsh. And then they find out that they're living on Coruscant, which I didn't think that they were, but that's kind of cool too. They're hiding right under the Empire's thumb.
Yep. In the housing projects. In the
projects, yeah.
Yeah, in the projects, bro.
Which is ghetto. What they showed in Mandalorian season 3? They showed the same projects? Could be.
Maybe.
Where they put the Imperials?
Where they were doing the retraining.
Right, the retraining.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And this is Gorman.
Yep. Like Mr. JJ said, that would be the French underground resistance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So Cyril threw me for a loop on this one at the beginning, It's because, at the beginning here, you hear him talking to his mom, and then I'm thinking this guy's changed, But, but then we find out, obviously he knows that he's being spied on. I didn't put the 2 and 2 together until later on. But, he's in here and he's doing all this is because he realizes that the Gorman people are spying on him.
Correct. And I love he's FaceTiming his mom while at work.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. Hey, Mom, how you doing?
Same here.
Are you doing any work? Yes, Mom.
She's getting her hair done.
Yeah, she's doing her hair. Come on, viejita.
Dude, it's kind of cool how they show some of this casual stuff that happens. Like they show the hair salon. They show the grocery store later on.
And Good Morning Coruscant. Like I was like, yo, what the heck is this, man? The first time I thought that threw me way back to what is it, the Catching Fire,
Yeah, the that's what I said when we were watching the show.
Oh, I didn't get to see it, but that's what I thought of. Yeah.
I thought Hunger Games.
Yeah, it's the Hunger Games.
That's exactly what I thought of. Yeah. So yeah, he realizes that he's being spied on by and I love all the different spies that are in this show, man. Like he is straight up acting and he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
At doing that. So I actually got a little more like for Cyril in this particular episode, or Cyril, or whatever his name is. Cyril, right?
Cyril.
Pronouncing it wrong. So this is the resistance here.
Yep.
And their language sounds like French.
Yes, it does.
It does.
and they're proper. I saw the beret. Somebody had a
Yeah.
beret, and
Yeah.
everybody like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
And even the outfits that like she was wearing later on,
yeah,
it reminds me of like World War II style. And I don't know, obviously, World War II style French
yeah.
outfits of the time,
Mhm.
right?
She's
So
she's got her head open, and he's covering up. He's like, I don't want to be seen for nothing, girl.
yeah,
You know. And I think she longs for a normal life, but she knows she's a soldier, especially at the end.
see, Xena calls him cereal.
Yeah, cereal.
So is Mike.
Yeah,
And
cereal.
I'll call him cereal.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah. So this is the bodega.
Yeah, but
yeah, yeah.
You got some chapstick.
Got some chapstick, un jamón
Oh,
con queso.
This could be Mentos.
It could be Mentos in space.
Oh, it's Mentos. And then they're protesting over here. So this
Yeah.
is where the Gorman massacre happened,
right.
which is insane because we were looking it up while we were watching the show. So
Uh-huh.
Tarkin lands a ship on 500 people.
He ain't moving.
No,
You know, he's like, you move, we're playing chicken. I'm not gonna lose. I'm inside of an Imperial ship.
it's crazy.
Mhm.
You don't play. Tarkin don't move for nothing.
That is crazy.
I agree with
And,
Alejandro. I think Cyril's gonna turn.
Think
You
Cyril
think so?
Yeah.
Jedro's using Cyril, and he's gonna have an awakening. It seems like he got a little upset with her later.
Yeah, because
Later
he knew she had someone follow him.
Right?
Yeah,
She
he
North
didn't. He
like
didn't
that.
like that. And even the old man, he's like, don't tell Cyril.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he can't
Right.
know. So that's gonna piss him off.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we see later in that trailer where she's like choking herself. She's conflicted. And I think she kind of likes him, but in her own way, I guess.
Oh yeah, I mean, literally, you got an hour. Turn off the lights.
Yeah, right.
You know, yo, throw down to Marvin Gaye. Let's go. Let's go.
So the resistance is trying to recruit him.
Yep, yep.
And then we're cut back to this scene where the two of them are arguing again over his protection of her because of the stuff that she's been through. The rape from the previous 3 episodes, and then
There was no rape, sir. It was sexual harassment.
that
Sexual, yeah,
the attempted rape.
attempted rape.
I wouldn't even say that.
We already
Listen, we got a lawman here. So he knows.
said. True, sexual assault.
Sexual assault.
And then actually in the other one where she was being tortured. So
Yeah, the torture one is legit. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah. Cracked her.
Yeah, he did crack her.
he didn't
Cracked
like
her
it. So that's something that I agree a little bit with Jose here. Because we're doing this year jump, and actually that happens way earlier, but we're doing this year jump where there's some things that we're not seeing, like, seeing how these two got connected again. We didn't get that. We just know now that they're back together,
Correct.
where in season 1 that we didn't see that. So we didn't get that connection there. You didn't see the Gorman massacre actually happen. And actually, I think the Gorman massacre originally, there was one that was supposed to be closer to or before. I forgot which one it was. I think it was 2 years after the Empire formed. I think is when the one started.
Yeah, because they're insinuating there's two.
There's 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Which we've only heard of the Gorman massacre, and we're thinking of one.
Right. So yeah. All right, and then this is when we find out that this is when I realized that he was spying. I was like, oh shit, he's
Mhm.
So that's pretty cool that this going down.
I'll tell you one thing, she's also growing on me.
Right? Me too.
She's bad.
As an actress, she's playing the part really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cyril's the new Agent Callus. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, I'm thinking he's gonna turn or she's gonna turn. One or the other. But he has emotions, a lot more emotions than her.
Yes, he
So,
does.
Yeah, I think he somewhat likes these people or respects them anyway.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
Yeah.
So he's excited because he got to meet the resistance leader, or got invited to it actually. So he's thinking he's going to get a chance to make an impression.
Right.
He loved that. I mean, he was on cloud 9 because he got to do this.
Yeah.
And he even said, I don't want to spoil what we just did, the hanky panky, but this was the best day ever.
Right. And these guys are, I think they're talking about the growing problem that they're having with criminals that they're gathering. They're running out of space to
Yeah, and Lonnie was the only brave one that opened up his mouth.
right.
And then the homeboy's like, yo, what can I do?
Locked
He's
up
like,
too many
buy me
people.
lunch.
Yeah.
Buy me lunch.
That's so many people.
And
then
quit, and it's getting packed.
she finds out that her underling is now her equal, and that he's taken over her role on Axis.
Yes, she
So that
didn't
kind of
dig
annoyed
that.
her. Yeah, she didn't dig that at all.
Yeah.
But this is also something very similar to the Nazis, that they were all like cutthroat with each other.
They're stepping on each other just to get higher and higher.
Right.
That's the way they are. Well, they were. Excuse me.
Yeah, I love how it all mirrors it.
It's amazing to me because they all got the gaunt face. They're all like really skinny and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
All stoic.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's a dancing queen, the diva.
Yeah. So it's crazy that she's trying to gain support to help the Gormans, and not even the Gorman senator is willing to help her.
Right.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
He can't. I mean, he's looking at how he'll look in front of Palpatine, and everybody's afraid of him, man.
Fear, brother.
Fear.
Do you blame him?
Here's how we'll rule.
Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. Yep.
Mike, did anyone else turn off the lights when she told you to?
See, it would have been epic if she would have said, Alexa, turn off the lights.
No.
Then everybody's gloom, 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 gloom.
Yeah. So she's trying to gain support, and everybody's turning her down. Feel for her, man. This I just took a screenshot of because I thought it was pretty cool for a panel.
The elevator. Yeah.
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 So for those of you guys like building stuff, that's for you guys. When he's going down to go see Luthen, and Luthen comes out of the dark shadows looking all Sith.
Yep.
And I think he gives him the information that the doctor that tortured Bix is coming back to Coruscant.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, maybe he's talking about Gorman, I think. So that's the thing, is that these are very long and very full of information episodes, man. So I think we're still in episode 1. But I think he does mention about that doctor too, but Gorman also.
Yeah, Lonnie had mentioned that, I think.
Right. So then when you have the French resistance, this I thought was really cool too. But yeah, I'm saying French resistance, the Gorman resistance. I mean, straight up sounds like French though, man. I was like, okay,
it did. They're doing a good.
100%.
Whoever's doing the language guy on the show is doing a real good job.
Yeah.
You gotta wonder if it really is French though. Like, I don't know anybody that speaks it, so
I don't know.
Yeah. Notice everybody's like they clap with pounding on their chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vive la France.
Started thinking of that Wolf of Wall Street when they. Yeah. This guy looks like a good contender for Lord of the Rings, man.
He did. I thought he was a little, troll or some type.
Well, so they're arguing.
I love this. They got FU in space.
Yeah, right.
That's great, bro.
And this whole thing is about the building of the Imperial structure that's being built right now, right?
Yeah, which is called the shadow on the monument, which is where they feel it's disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them know, and deep down in their hearts, it's going to be an armory.
Right.
Yeah.
Which we know that's what they want. They're taking over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to give it up to these sets and everything too.
Yeah, dude.
Crazy. Because they're not using the volume on this thing.
They're not, right?
Mm-mm.
No, they're practical. And I even like the dress on these people. The French.
Oh yeah, me too.
It's sharp. They got the leather. Looks real nice.
Well, it's cool because that planet's known for it. That's really what it is, right? It's like they're all known for the outfits and the luxury items, which is very much like the French was, pre-World War II. So this is really cool.
And that's the whole thing in regards to the spiders on that planet. That the silk
They
that
make
they
the
weave
belt
and stuff.
silk,
It's all the for the fabrics and stuff for the clothing.
Yeah, very neat. So then Luthen tells Andor that he's going to Gorman. He's got to handle business. He don't want to go because of Bix.
Yep.
But he's got that mission he's got to take care of. And then it cuts over to this scene here with the kid and the machine.
The Puerto Rican in the blender.
So the machine is it like mines fuel or it steals fuel.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it does.
Yep. Yeah, there he's talking about it.
I like this.
I love seeing the aliens. The guy in the far back and the far right, the big Wampa looking guy, that guy looks cool.
He was in Rogue One.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was carrying the things.
They all look cool though, man. This one's interesting looking too. And one in the back here also. Very piratey.
She looks like a crackhead.
Yeah. But Saul looks freaking crazy too, man.
Yeah. It's all needs a hot toy too, man.
He does.
He does.
Oh yeah.
But I want him with a pull out, mask.
Oh, you want the Rogue One version?
Yeah, I want the he needs his asthma pump. Or he needs a hit of the fuel. That's what I think it is. Because this is before Rogue One, so I think he's been doing that for quite some time. That he's getting high off of that.
Oh yeah.
That's what I think happened also.
Yeah.
And I think he does it because, like, at the end, when you find out he says that it's his sister and he loves her and all that stuff like that, I think it brings him closer to death. So he's like seeing her ghost or something. And that's kind of like what's
that would be cool.
This part I really didn't get.
No,
I thought it was just maybe their customs.
I thought
it was foreplay, but after a couple of seconds, I was like, "Nah, it's not."
I thought it was. I thought it was exactly that, Flex. It was just like, let's get it on, But that was it.
Whatever.
Yeah. I think it's just their way of saying goodbye.
Yeah.
I can think of other ways to say goodbye.
Flex is like, I gotta go to work, baby. You know what I'm talking about? I gotta go to work. Dale.
Yeah. Then he goes off, and then she gets high.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a pretty big, crazy scene there too. Is because, like I said, like she becomes a drug addict. So that's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is the beginning of episode 2, and then we get to Clea.
Yeah.
I love Clea's machine.
Oh, that DJ Flex, DJ Evan machine is awesome.
Love that. That is dope.
Yeah.
It's like old but new. I mean, it's cool.
It has a switchboard like an old, phone company.
Because apparently, from what I understand, is they have different mics set up in different
everywhere. So she's just plugging in.
Exactly. She's tapping into all of them until she finds the one that they need.
Yep.
Or until she finds something that's worth listening to.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
I need some headphones like that.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's recording. So she's not listening to it always as it's happening at the moment. She hears it, because I think it showed that she heard a little bit of what was going down with that guy with his fake art.
And
she played it back.
She played it back. Yeah.
Rewinded it.
Exactly. So, but he comes in and interrupts her.
But did you notice how she spoke to him? Like, I'm like, she was flexing some muscle.
She's getting tired of it.
But she's pretty much like they're almost equals,
Yeah.
I think she helps him, but I think she's as far into it as he is. So this totally made me think of episode 2. With the bar, with the diner.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
that was cool. And again, looks very 80s. So I dig that too.
See, but when the Asian lady came out, I thought it was like A whorehouse.
See?
I was trying to get a happy ending.
Yeah. I was like, what? What's going on?
Oh man. Santino's in the chat. What's up with Santino?
Santino.
I don't see you up there, but what's going on, man? Yeah, I feel you.
I thought
This
he
alien look cool too. Looks burnt.
was a freak.
Yeah, so then he's talking to his mom again, and then I think at the same time, the Imperial ISB comes in, which again is a setup because this is all set up by Dedra.
Yeah. Which he knows,
Yeah,
and he's playing the part.
yeah, this is all for the resistance. But I,
Even though he's undercover, but he's playing the part.
Yeah, he's doing good. So then she hears that they found some fake art. He's pissed off about it. And then she becomes worried, but she's got that listening device and she knows that they're going to find it.
Yeah.
And it's traceable right back to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. I also like this scene that all of the audio is, you hear it from her headset. So it's all toned from that distance of the mic, which is over here.
Yeah. Yeah. I picked that up. That was a good touch.
Mm-hmm.
Well thought out.
Yeah, and that's Mon's brother, well, parent-in-law.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. So he comes back. He's all upset, or playing the part again anyway.
Yep.
And then they believe that they have a chance at turning him, because of this.
Which is exactly
what they want.
What they want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing right into their plan.
Into their trap, yeah. So that's cool. So then he approaches him to try to turn him, so they know that they got him. I like that he's wearing the outfit and everything to make it just a whole thing. He's freaking
part of them. He's blending in.
I really do like him a lot more in this season than in the first one.
Yeah.
So Luthen comes to visit Bix to make sure that she's okay.
What's going on, girl? Clean up the place? Not yet.
Yeah. But mainly, the reasoning is because he needs Andor on his game.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you go take care of business and I'll watch your house. But he did catch on. She was, getting fixes. And he makes a comment like, once you get off, it's going to get a little bit worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's a machine.
There's a machine. And
my boy's training. Yeah.
It's crazy that he was spying on them later, man. That's nuts. Everybody.
Yeah, when I was like, Saw Gerrera is going to kill this poor Puerto Rican man. What the hell?
I didn't. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen too.
And I was like, he's going to kill this kid.
Yeah.
And then, because I'm thinking in every arc, there's going to be somebody from the team dying. It was the big guy. Now it's going to be the Puerto Rican kid. I'm thinking Bix is the next one, and then Andor.
It's the same thing. Every episode we're going to lose one.
Yeah.
Right. So he's stealing data to give to the resistance. Help them buy that situation. Meanwhile, she's having a conversation with
Clea.
With Clea.
Yeah, telling her no, he thinks it's a forge.
Yeah.
Mind you, behind the old lady, you could see the hands of the
Louise and Vaughn.
No.
Do you think that is?
No, it's not. I'm not talking. One more. Go behind. One more. That tile piece behind her. That's for the world between worlds. That one.
Oh, okay. This one here.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
cool.
The world between worlds. Yeah, the Yuuzhan Vaughn. I did catch somebody mention that, but yeah, you see that?
This looks like Ahsoka species, the Tortuga.
Yeah, yep. It looks exactly what she did in episode 1. Remember when she had to open that floor?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
All right, it's a data pad. They think that they got all the information that they need. By the phone right to the truck.
The schedule to the trucks.
Right.
Yeah,
the low
transportation
deliveries.
Right, but it's showing just enough information, giving them information on the military packages or shipments.
Right.
You know, that makes it feel like it's worth attacking.
Right.
This alien's pretty dope too, like a porcupine.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. You got Andor walking in his new costume. I didn't get the cutscenes of it because you're not going to hear the audio, but
Yeah.
I also did like that before he's on his way to go to this planet, he's learning about his character that he's got to be similar to like Mission Impossible.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
That's dope.
This is your name. This is your
Yeah.
pay. Everything.
Grew up. Your brother.
Yeah. This is very much a spy thriller. This is exactly like when he said like in the first season when he said this is going to be a lot like what did he put it to?
Civil War. I mean, not Civil War.
He thought he mentioned the one with Matt Damon.
Born Identity.
Yeah.
Identity.
This season I feel has a lot more in line with Born Identity than season 1 did.
Yeah, I like this. This is really cool.
Yeah.
We still have yet to see a lightsaber, but it's really cool.
Yeah. I'm okay with it if the lightsaber doesn't come on this part. Yeah, so he's got the style going on. Then we get the Gorman massacre history lesson here, which is cool.
Yep. Exposition.
Yeah.
His dad got crushed.
Yeah. I like the costume.
Yeah. It's slick, it's sharp.
Yeah.
But like they said, he's an interior designer here. He better look good.
And then he comes up. Now, it was funny. When he landed, he had a big old smile on his face. He's like, I'm gonna get some. I can't wait. And then it's like
your clothes, you got an hour.
Very cold, you know, the way the whole thing happened.
I mean, look at it. That picture alone, you have like no furniture, nothing on the wall, no flowers, no nothing. Just get ready, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. He was disappointed there.
Yeah, because he finds out that she was spying
following.
Following. Yeah. She's like, get over it, take your clothes off, turn off the lights.
Yep.
Shut up.
Dale.
And then meanwhile, he's having a conversation with the the Gorman resistance. I keep saying
the cafe. Yep.
Cafe.
The daughter.
Yeah.
This was dope because he was like, oh yeah, by the way, the tail you have on me, tell him to back off.
Yeah, tell him back off. Yeah, that was slick.
It's cool because he comes in and he's playing his role, right? He's playing the character that he's playing. Mm-hmm. She comes in and immediately starts to drill him. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, you don't know who I am. He's like, I could be ISB. You know, I could be anybody. He's like, you don't know
That's
what
they want you to believe. Yeah.
And there's that costume, right? That costume is sick. Yeah. So he's like, you're lucky. He's like, I am on your side. He's like, but what if I wasn't?
Yeah. Yeah.
He realized how much of a rookie they were all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No experience. No street.
That's why he told Luthen what he told him, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Luthen don't care. Well, not that he don't care. There's a
purpose for him.
A need for the planet, right? Yeah.
It's a bigger picture.
Yeah.
So then he gives her the spider.
I do a spider, mommy.
He wants to name it Cyril. She wants to name it Cyril.
And he's like, you fucking bitch.
Yeah, right? How do I come home?
Why do I even show up here, bro?
Why do I bother?
Good morning, Coruscant.
Good morning, Coruscant. The costumes here were ridiculous.
Yeah, it was very Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Then I read somewhere that that lady, because there were two women.
Yeah.
It's the same woman playing both.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't catch that.
She's playing both.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Bix is getting high and eating junk food.
Yeah, it's 420.
Yeah, true.
It's 420 over there.
Eating
takeout. They're eating takeout. She got the munchies, bro.
That gun.
She's holding the gun. She's like, just in case somebody comes in.
I like the gun. That's cool.
That's her gun, not his.
Yeah.
I like his.
And then he's checking out the building being built.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Armory.
Mm-hmm. They had something like this in a comic book. I just can't remember which one that I read, but they basically had the same thing. They were talking about a planet being occupied and the Imperial's building a facility, and it goes over time as the facility gets built.
Mm-hmm. The protesters, he's looking at them. He meets in person. Yeah, I like you, bro, but you're not good enough. I don't think you can handle the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Then he presents his information.
Oh, yeah.
For the attaboy.
And this is when he just is like, oh, I got
Greatest
my
moment of
attaboy.
my life.
Yeah, like
True.
Forrest Gump.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the best day ever.
And you notice that he goes back to the clothes that he would wear in Coruscant, because this is like the
Yeah.
clothes he wore in season 1.
Yeah,
You know, versus like what he wears when he's in Gorman.
yeah.
So, gotta wonder how they would. But probably because he wanted making the impression. He doesn't want to show up in that costume, and then
Yeah.
you know they probably would say something to him about it.
I dig this old man. He's a great actor.
He
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they present the plan to him that they're going to take and let them steal one of their shipments so they could catch him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back on the planet that was in the Rise of
Episode
Skywalker,
7, right?
Episode 7. No, yeah, the Force Awakens.
Force Awakens, episode 7. Yeah.
Episode 7. Yeah. It's a
Should have
car.
been a sign that said Saul Guerrero was here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I like the tie-in though.
Yeah. That was a good tie-in.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
it is literally
like
like,
this guy being a spy, man. It's crazy.
yeah. And well, that was the thing. He asked him, like, where are we going to go? I really need to know this. And he's like, this is
Yeah.
where we're going to go.
Yeah.
And then they found out there was a garrison or a crew waiting for him. And now he's like, I know who the spy is. Let's go.
Yeah.
Shot him dead right there.
True.
I like the tubes guy.
Yeah, right in the back there like that.
Yeah, he looks cool as fuck.
Yeah. That's his guard, bro. It's cool. So then Claire lets Luthen know that the microphone is gonna get caught.
Mm-hmm.
They need to go in there and get it.
And they'll lead him right to them. Yeah. Got to do it.
Yeah. And then meanwhile they're surveying the site where they're gonna rob that shipment.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Andor's not having it. He's like, nah,
Yeah.
you guys are rooks.
Yeah.
Can't be doing this.
Well, the thing is like what he said in there too. He's like, they're gonna rob this place, and then the plan is to stay exactly where they are.
Correct.
You know, which makes no sense.
Correct. Yeah, like I robbed the place and I left.
Yeah, you leave.
I heisted and I took off.
So, meanwhile, Claire's trying to convince Luthen that we got to do this, and Luthen's pissed off.
Yep. He's like, what if we can't? She's like,
Yeah.
then we care.
You better be, get the backup plan.
Yeah. And then they come here, and we find out that dude on the left is a spy. Pop again, 2 tubes, and he shoots this dude in the head, bro. Crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my.
Go ahead, boy.
Yeah, didn't expect that. That was nuts.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
And I love how he just yells, traitor.
Yeah, right afterwards.
Yeah.
Let everybody know.
Yeah. Found a traitor.
Yeah. But you got to wonder, he's crazy enough to plan it on him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I still don't know if I'm 100% sold that guy was an actual.
No, he may not have been. He may have
Yeah.
been like, I just need this kid. He's better than the other one.
Right. Exactly. So then these guys take off. This is that scene we saw in the trailer.
That was so cool.
So one thing I'm kind of that perplexed about is that Jazzwares came out with the Z95 Headhunter in this colorway of these ships, but
And
none of these
are
are
X-wings
these are X-wings.
because they had hyperdrives.
Yeah. So why didn't they have the Z95?
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they'll come in a later scene. This was awesome.
Yeah, she's dope.
And he tells him, you're not experienced enough.
You ain't ready, bro.
You
You
ain't
ain't
ready.
ready.
It's like,
And meanwhile,
They're gonna steal the fuel.
they're still in that field, right?
Yeah, and this guy has a bulky ass goggles, bulky ass
Mhm.
mouthpiece. He's just trying to breathe, and Saul is there like
just
nothing.
talking shit the whole time in the background.
Yeah, he's like, yo, I'm smelling I'm smelling the markers, bro. I'm smelling the glue. Let's go.
That was hysterical.
Yeah,
But it's cool though. He talks about his whole history of being on Andor.
yeah. And he's like, they had us naked out there, bro.
Yeah. Nuts, man. He goes in there and takes a whiff of that fuel, man.
Yeah, he's like, wow. There you go.
Now, I don't know why this guy took off the mask, man. It's like,
Yeah,
I
I
want to
think he was just showing more allegiance and just seeing he bought into the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, maybe.
That's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what it is. Okay.
Yep.
Bought into the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it's like, ooh. That's where I think this kid's going to end up dying because of that poisoning.
You think that's where he's gonna die from that?
I think he may end up because he's telling him, it'll eat you up from the inside. He's telling them the story. Like that's what's going to happen.
So I wonder why he did it then. Or maybe because the same thing. Maybe because he's trying to get closer to his father.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he's just had enough.
Yeah. He's like, I'm tired of this. And he lets out that big old yell. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're in episode 3. This is just off the outskirts of Gondor. I'm saying Gondor. Is it Gondor?
I don't even know.
I can't remember the name anymore at the moment. I'm not saying Gondor. I sound like that's Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's what. But he picked up his ride. But now tables are turned. It's like he's not Andor, but he's Luthen. He's getting undressed, taking off his clothes and all that.
Yeah. Kind of mirrors Luthen.
Yeah, he's like, I'm like you now.
Right.
Yeah.
What's Lewis saying? What do you think about K2's personality? Could it be B2 Emo or the co-pilot of Luthen's ship based on the voice in the episodes? The voice of this ship does sound more like K2 in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
B2 Emo loves him though. He's like a little puppy.
Yeah, that's his boy.
Marcel, it shows how factions develop with charismatic leaders and impressionable followers. Yep. There you go. Appreciate it. Thank you for the reminder, Gorgon. Over here, Gondor. Bro, there's too many names.
The whole of Gondor.
Gondor. Gorgon.
Yeah.
All right. So he's pissed off because he didn't do his job.
Yeah, and he's just like, they're not ready, man.
But I think what Luthen's looking for is that match to light this rebellion.
Yeah.
Right?
He just needs body count because once the body count happens, others will rise up in other colonies.
He'll draw sympathy from other
exactly.
planets.
Yeah.
It's like they're going to be sacrificed, but what's going to happen?
So, I mean, he contacts her because she needs to get. I like how they're using the code too. That's cool. Yeah. But he needs a replacement for Andor for what they want to do. And Vel comes in.
Yep. Mon's cousin.
Mm-hmm. They come back.
Like, home. Hey, baby, I missed you.
Yep. And
then he gets pissed.
Yeah, because he finds out Luthen was in the house.
Yeah.
Behind his back.
Yeah, right. Like Obi-Wan when he showed up to talk to Padme. Obi-Wan was here? Obi-Wan was here, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but he knows Luthen is doing it for selfish reasons because he knows he's expendable. So is Bix.
Bix, but I don't think Bix understands that completely yet.
Yeah, right. And he's like, I'm not going to sacrifice you. Period.
Right.
You can sacrifice me, but I'm not going to sacrifice you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then she says that she's tough enough, I think.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Because he wants her strong enough to be another soldier.
Right. So then this dude's complaining about more planning and parties and stuff.
Yeah, apparently they got a party for 3 days.
Yeah.
Hard times, Daddy. But everybody's pulling money from them. Everybody's asking for money for their thing.
Right.
And then Andor gets cocky and shows up at the store.
Yeah, the store. Yeah.
Like, when you leave, this is what you brought me. Thank you. Get that fuck out. Don't ever do this.
He's right though. It's because he's gonna blow their cover.
Yeah, Andor's gonna blow the cover by showing up like that.
Yeah.
He should have found another way. And he's like, I don't care. It's Bix.
Yeah. And then these two dudes are getting invited to a party because they're supposed to deal with that professor, because they tell him that the guy who did the torture in episode 1 needs to train other people. He's not going to be the only person doing that anymore.
Yeah, we're going to make a whole plan out of him, or a whole project out of it.
Right.
Like, okay.
And they fail miserably later.
Yeah, he fails miserably.
So then Vel gets reunited with Cinta
at the cafe, at the Starbucks.
Namaste.
So it's been about a year since she saw her on that other planet. I forgot what that planet was.
At the wedding.
The wedding
when they did the Goodfellas music.
So this is where he tells her that you're walking a thin line and
Yep.
you can't tell Cyril what you're doing.
Mhm.
No matter what.
Yeah.
That's not gonna sit well.
Yeah, I don't think he knows fully how much she possibly cares for Cyril.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I think
He's
it's
not
what
there.
it is.
Mhm.
And then you got the underground resistance. and
Yeah.
They're planning their mission.
Yeah. Was a model not to scale.
Yeah,
Like Back to the Future.
that's good.
I thought it was like all they needed is a little car. I was waiting
Yeah,
for the car.
make
They
that
didn't
thing
have
up.
it. And then they're actually taking plans.
Yeah, but pretty
I thought
much,
it was a
man,
good. I thought it was a good plan.
it was a good
Except
plan.
they're just staying there. That's the only problem.
But it's pretty awesome. It's because right here we're talking about this is about the halfway point, I think, of episode 1, or maybe a little bit more, or more than that. This is exactly where everything starts to get tense, where it starts to
Yes.
go up.
Yes. The music changes.
Yeah, it ramps up, tremendously at this point.
Yeah.
So they're surveying everything. She's doing her drops, and Andor doesn't realize it that she's doing. But I think he picks up on it though at this point.
Yeah.
And then Vel and her share an embrace.
An embrace.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I kind of had a feeling something was gonna happen to her when this went down this way though.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we're gonna go that way.
Yeah.
And then here comes Mon Mothma. Coruscant looks beautiful. This was pretty creepy. It was the oath that they got to take
Yeah.
to the Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's
the
got the
Empire.
Imperial logo on the
Yeah, they
on the
changed it
centerpiece.
already.
Yeah, look at that.
I thought it would have been Mon Mitha or whatever the guy with the blue guy with the horns.
With the horns.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be him, but this is apparently the oath giver or whatever.
Right.
And there's the guy that was that she saw at the wedding that we saw from Clone Wars. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her little new boy.
So she's upset that she's got to take this oath.
Yeah.
This guy, though, I've never seen this species before.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like from Halo almost.
Somebody said, I think it was the one with the dog, the Blockbuster Video guy. He thinks it's one of the character
Screen Crush.
Screen Crush. He thinks it was one of the creatures from Mustafar. Like, I don't see that.
I swear to God, he looks like one of the characters from Halo.
Yeah.
Like one of the I forgot what they call them, but in that one the species that the humans are fighting against,
it's him. Yeah, one of those.
Got an alien species that looks similar to this. So
this looks like an old sack of balls, man.
Yeah. Scrotum man.
I don't want to know how you know that, but
as you get older, George, you're gonna realize it.
I look down and be like, oh, it looks like the alien.
Yeah. She's got the cat hair.
She gets dressed. That's a really nice outfit.
Yeah, she's got the special pin to unlock the
the
cape.
He's ready
too.
Yep.
They got their mission to do. This was again reminds you of Revenge of the Sith a little bit.
Yeah, I thought that was the Opera House, right?
I thought, yeah. And they're playing the part.
And they're not Jimmy Smiths.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vatos Locos forever in space.
I heard, when you made the comment that, why did they change him? I felt the same way. It's because it's like he really didn't do anything in this
Correct.
episode. But this is all layup for the next 3, I think.
For the next 3, yeah.
So gotta wonder who else they're gonna bring in. All right, so they're in the party. They're all hanging out. But I like how everybody's looking. Like she's smiling, but she's like looking who's looking at her. He's smiling. He's looking in the other direction. She's over there planning her thing. Everybody has their parts they're playing.
Yep.
Whole scene was awesome.
Yeah. You better go get it. He's gonna do it.
And these guys are drinking.
Yeah.
This dude here, he had me cracking up because he was having the most fun at the party. Down in those coolers like it was nothing.
Did I lose you, George?
Did you lose me?
Or I lost me?
I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. You froze on me.
Did I freeze?
don't know. Yeah, but that was probably me. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he was deep in drinks.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's asking about her cousin.
And he's like, she's busy.
Yeah. And Claire gets her Patsy.
Come on.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah,
She uses them.
that was funny.
It was funny. Yeah. She's like, "You're coming with me."
There he is. He looked good.
That was dope right here.
Yeah.
His smirk.
He carried himself so good too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome what she says too. She's like, "It's nice to see you not on the witness stand."
Yeah. It's like, yo, man. He's taking shots already.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Luthen is like, fuck. Fuck.
Shit.
But it's awesome, man. It's really cool because like he doesn't realize how much these two are causing issues for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome, man.
Yeah.
So she's trying to get her listening device out of that tablet or that piece of art.
Yep.
Mhm.
And this
she has
like,
Lonnie cock blocking. She's like,
why
you
did
just
you
stand
pick
there.
me?
Yeah.
He was like,
Why
did
did you
you
pick
realize who's in this room?
Yeah. She's like, just stand right there. Move to the left. Move to the right, Lonnie. Just do as you're told, buddy.
I feel for him though because he's not like the other Imperials, right? He wants to leave. He wants to leave with his family and
he
get
wanted
out.
to be out, yeah, but you know, he wasn't. Nope. Luthen was like, nope.
Yeah, you're in there.
And there's a heist.
In the heist.
Yeah, the guns fell. When the
Yeah.
ship crashed, they jump
She was
at
awesome.
it.
She jumps on this
She
thing.
just did, yeah. She just rolled, put it on. Boom.
Parkour.
Parkour.
You saw that there was a dude inside there too.
Yeah, yes. She electrocuted him and then like, let's go.
And then it's all being recorded.
Yeah. Cyril's on his mission. And they had kicked everybody out. So she's seeing the success for this.
Mm-hmm.
She's happy. And then she is like, oh my God, this shit is tight.
Yeah. Awesome, man. They got weapons out of it. This whole scene was insane.
Yeah. It was very Ocean's. Like, go, 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 go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you had all these things going down at once, right?
Yeah.
And the transition back and forth.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
Bro, I was stressing.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Like I thought Claire was gonna get caught.
Yeah.
I thought she was, but it was Mon Mothma was running her mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good thing Mon Mothma was running her mouth, right?
Yeah. Like, bro, you would have been dead.
Yo, I gotta give it up to her costumes, bro. Mom looks
they did an excellent job with these costumes, bro.
Yeah. If you had told me when Return of the Jedi came out that Mom was gonna look real sexy later on, I'd been like, nah, no way.
No, not her. Many Bothans died. Nah, she's not gonna be anybody.
Yeah. These two are just battling it out right there.
Battle of the
I
words.
love all their faces too. Check her out. She's like, she did not say that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mind you, that's her son's daughter, mother-in-law. So
mother-in-law, that's right.
Yeah. They're like, what?
Yeah.
And he's like, give me the fuck out of here. Give me out. Shut your pie hole.
Yeah.
Move to the left.
Bleeding.
That smirk, bro.
Yeah, bro. That was legend.
Yeah. Stop it now. And
She's
that's the
bleeding.
blood.
She's
She's bleeding.
Yeah. I thought that they were gonna find blood on it. So
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
I was like, they're gonna get caught by the blood.
Yeah.
Drops.
And then there's the troll,
here.
the hobbit.
Yeah, but it's like, yo, dude was gonna help you or would have helped you.
Yeah, but
he was against all this.
The kid is a hothead. She told nobody have weapons except for us, and he still whipped out a gun.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you're an idiot. You knew something like that was going to happen when they mentioned it.
Yeah.
Jacked up the mission, man.
Yeah. I mean, he could have just told him, because that's the part that don't get me. It's because earlier you see him arguing, and he was arguing yeah, he would be arguing for, like, he seemed like he would have been cool with this.
Yeah, he would have been like, let me help. Period.
Exactly. Which, if you saw after the whole situation with Cinta, he's the one that carried Cinta out of it.
He's the
Correct.
one.
Correct.
Yeah.
And if he hadn't done anything and just let her go, it would have been done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fire gun goes off.
Yep. And that's when the freaking mission went to crap.
Yeah. This dude's like, what have I done?
That caught me off guard. I was like, no, not Cinta.
Yeah, and they got this.
Damn.
Got Cinta gone. He was a good hitman too.
Yeah, right in the chest, man.
A hell of a warrior, man.
Yeah, but what she told him was harsh. I mean, it was not
Oh
harsh.
yeah,
It was really, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they did that.
See, that cracks me up.
And then they had what's his name?
Makes me
Oh,
so
sorry.
angry they keep killing off lesbians with the stray fucking bullets. It's mad. Yeah, but it was sad.
It was nice that she got Lonnie in it. Like, no, but she taught me it's because they're blind and they got to touch with their hands.
Yeah.
Lonnie had to improvise.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hey,
I
but Lonnie
love
was
Luthen. He's like just touching his ring. He's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, see,
Yeah, there he goes. He's carrying her. What a fucking douche.
She's like, you're gonna remember this.
Yeah, she's gonna go with you everywhere.
Like, it's gonna
You're
be
never
like
gonna
skin.
forget.
It's gonna be like skin, I think she said.
Yeah.
For forever.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah.
That part was kind of cool too when they walk out of there. He's like, we should have just killed Krennic. And you,
It's like,
you don't know how right you are about that.
yeah. The Rogue One movie would have been totally different.
Completely.
Yeah.
Oh, and this part.
Yeah.
Dude, just after all of that, right?
Yes. After all that, I'm like, why is there still more time on this?
The
We
fraud.
could've ended here. I thought we were going to end here. This is really where I thought this was going to. We were going to get a pullback. It was going to be over. But then this, and I was just like, oh, this was like the cherry. Yeah.
This guy
Cherry
picked
on
up a
ice
cup
cream.
of noodle soup. He thought he was going to chill in his new office.
He looked like he had a cake. Is what it looked like.
Yeah. And then
there with the gun.
When you saw her in the shadow, it's like, yes.
I know, right? Nice little revenge right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I love like he's like, I remember you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah.
And she says the words to him,
Right.
That's when he realized he's like, oh shit. He's like, I know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, they picked the right actor for him though, because he could do a lot of emotion with just the those eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she put it like a full blast. Dum, dum, dum,
Yep.
dum, dum.
Yeah.
And very casual. She just like flicking them on like nothing.
Yeah.
She maxed it.
Yeah. On Max, please. And it went silent just like it did for her.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, wow, man. That silence is harsh. With
Turns
his
it
cake
on.
there in the room.
Yeah. And I like how it's the viewing room we're seeing it through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This part was pretty cool too. She's just walking out like a boss.
Hey, you're not supposed to be here. Bam!
Like a
Die off.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
And they blow that up.
Yeah.
And she has that smirk on her face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, come on, baby. Let's touch hands again.
No more nightmares.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think the nightmare's gonna be over now.
It's closure.
Yeah.
And that's where that ended, man.
It was a great episode, man. I really enjoyed that episode.
I don't know why people say it was slow, man. That shit was dope.
And then I think the first episode was slower because they were just at the house and weren't doing anything. That's why I said it was a slower in the beginning, but it started picking up and ramped up and at the very end. I was like, holy cow. And when we thought we were done, surprise,
A little
we're
bit
gonna
more.
kill somebody.
Yeah, you get a little bit more. I think the slowness is because it's a different pace from the first three.
Yeah.
You know, the first three you had that start off with the space battle, where the space chase actually, the ship chase.
Yep.
You had a little bit of humor there with those fools on Yavin.
Yep.
And then at the very end, you had more action at the very end too. So every episode had something to it.
Yep.
This one was a lot more dialogue, a lot of great dialogue. It was a little bit slower pace leading up, but then that payoff on the third episode was insane.
That was money.
And the character, the layers of the character building amongst all of them. I mean,
Yeah.
All of them.
Because
Phenomenal.
Bix is not around for Rogue One.
Nope.
So what happened to this man? Because when we saw him, we're like, hey, that's the Han Solo of the movie. Oh no, he just killed somebody in cold blood. That was the opening sequence to Rogue One.
Yeah.
What? That's not.
Yeah, you're right.
Solo.
And killing a good general we thought would have been
a good guy,
person.
and he's like, "Bagata," and you're like, "What is this? This isn't him killing Greedo. Is it something else?"
Yeah. So 1/7 decimal to Nate thinks that we're going to lose Bix on next season. Next season.
Week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that. It's got to be because that gets them hard for
It's
Rogue
gonna make
One.
him snap, and it's gonna make Cassian snap.
Yeah.
Dude, that's going to be a hard one to watch.
I want to know, like, I don't think Luthen's making it out of this alive. So I want to know if that makes him snap to take out Luthen and he becomes the new Luthen. I don't know.
Mm.
But
Whatever happens to Bix, he's gonna blame Luthen.
yeah, he's going to join Luthen.
Wouldn't that be something though?
If becomes a Luthen.
Well, no. If Andor has to take out Luthen because Luthen is the loose end.
Yeah.
That'd be a twist on Luthen's story.
Yeah. That would be crazy. It'd be maddening. Straight maddening.
Sergio, we're definitely getting 3 more episodes next Tuesday.
Yeah, that's the way it's scheduled.
Mhm.
Three every week.
3 every week for 4 weeks.
We're literally halfway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's freaking great.
Can't wait for Tuesday, bro.
Yo, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. But yeah, that's it, man. That's gonna do it for this week. What we got going on? We got May 4th, like I said, this coming Sunday. So we'll be doing some filming from there. And if you are coming to the event, you know, and you see us, stop us. You know,
Yeah.
It'd be awesome to take a photo, hang out for a little bit, talk some collectibles or something. But yeah, definitely, you know, if you see us, come check us out. We will be back for another live stream on Tuesday. We're going to do another watch party. I'll make sure I'll set that up tomorrow. I forgot to do that today for the next 3 episodes. So that'll be on Tuesday. We jump on live around 8:30. So if you haven't tuned into one of those, you know, make sure you check that out. There's a Hasbro live event tomorrow. Damn, I won't be able to watch that.
Maybe a HasLab.
I got training tomorrow, so there's no way I can watch that.
Oh man,
I'm gonna have to
aren't you
catch
sick?
that on a replay. And then, you know, again, we'll be back again next Thursday. And then, you know, make sure you try to get into that giveaway that I'm doing right now. Go subscribe to the Spice Runners Lounge as well as Nerd Squadron. Check out one of the videos, comment on there that the Medina Lorian sent you, and then come back to my giveaway video and tell me that you did it. And then that'll add you into the contest. I'll be doing the giveaway next week, next Thursday, and we'll announce the winners live. All right.
Awesome.
So everybody, it's late. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. May the 4th be with you. And until next time, may the Force be with you. See you guys later.